you?
How's
Good,
that
man.
golf swing looking, Will?
Sorry?
How's that golf swing looking?
Oh, it's getting better. I mean, probably won't be able to play again here for the next few weeks, but it's definitely improved this summer.
How much are you enjoying Liam Cohen's offense with how much up-tempo it is here?
I've really been enjoying it. Obviously, I haven't been able to take any actual reps with the team yet, but just throwing routes and going out there for walkthroughs, I feel really comfortable with it. And I think it's a great offense to get me prepared for what my ultimate goal is, which is to play the NFL. So he's been great. He's been great teaching it, and I think that our personnel really fits the offense really well.
You'll get to show off your arm here. At Penn State it was more of a run scheme, but here you get to throw in a little bit more and take the top off. How much of that are you looking forward to?
Yeah, for sure. I've always been confident in my ability to throw, and I know that Coach Cohen is going to be confident in it as well. And to be able to showcase my arm talent is going to be really exciting for me. And just being able to put on display all the throws that I can make, the offense allows me to make all different kinds of throws, which is really exciting.
I believe you had like 3 offensive coordinators at Penn State. I'm not sure if you were there or more that was there. But that's a lot of installs you've already gone through. You're going through another one now in a short window. Do you think that gives you that experience, gives you an advantage here to learn the offense quickly and be able to catch up to speed to everyone else?
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal having different offensive coordinators as many as I've had going through my college experience, but at the same time it prepares you for a situation like this. So I did have Moorhead recruited me, and then Ronnie and Shiraka, and now Coach Cohen. So I definitely know how that process goes with learning an offense, and it definitely has helped me a little bit for when I came here and had to learn this offense.
Were you able to learn in the spring? Anything about that? Coach Cohen talked about that. Just, I guess, how did they build on top of that?
Yeah, I felt pretty up to date. I mean, I was able to watch the spring practices and get to see the reps and have the playbook in front of me and really start to understand the concepts and the terminology and everything. And if I didn't have that at my disposal, I wouldn't have came here as nearly as prepared as I did. So obviously still haven't taken those physical reps yet with the pads on and everything, but I'm very confident in my ability to execute when that time comes today.
Have you gone through a couple quarterback battles in the past? Take from that and maybe apply it to this go around?
Yeah, I mean, I say this a lot, but my true freshman year at Penn State, our quarterback Tracy Story said something to me that kind of stuck with me, which is no matter if you're the 5th string quarterback or the starting quarterback, you got to approach every day like you're the man. And that stuck with me. I kind of had that thought process my true freshman year in the beginning, like, yeah, I'm never going to play this year. I don't really got to take it that seriously. And that kind of hit me. It was like, if you want to have that mentality, and you want to be the best you can be, you really do have to prepare that way. So I have been in competitions in the past couple of years, so I kind of know what it's like. But it really doesn't change my preparation, and it's a matter of going out there and executing and being a leader and just doing your thing. So as long as you're prepared, it's all going to come to you.
When you were in the portal, what was that green light moment for you when you realized this was the place for you?
I mean, Kentucky was one of the first schools that reached out to me, and even from the start, I knew that opportunity it might not get better than that. And just the more and more I talked to Coach Capone, the more and more I talked to the other coaches and did my own research about the school and the program itself, I just really became confident that this is a place that I could thrive in. And it didn't take long. I think I committed a couple weeks after I had that first conversation with them. But playing the SEC, playing for a team that's done really well in the past, obviously I was able to see it firsthand at Citrus Bowl my freshman year. But I just think that this program has really good things in store for the future, and with the addition of Coach Cohen, it's only going to get better.
Is there anything in the film you've seen in the Rams stuff that jumps out at you and says, hey, this really fits what I do?
I think a lot of what Jared Goff did in the film that I watched with the Rams, all the concepts are the same. It's really cool seeing an NFL team executing these plays to perfection, and then turning on the spring practice and seeing Bo and Joey and the other quarterbacks pretty much doing the same thing. It goes to show that it really does work. And seeing great quarterbacks like Goff going through his footwork and being so precise in his timing, and watching the receivers with how precise they are with their breaks and their cuts and their routes and just the itty-bitty details of everything. Having that at our disposal has been so valuable for all position groups to really see what it's supposed to look like. And I mean, we're not NFL players, but at least we can strive to emulate them as much as possible. So it's been great.
What have you seen from Coach Cohen, just as a communicator, since he was recruiting you back in the day to now?
I think that he's I heard Bo talk about how he's a player's coach, and he's a younger dude, so he relates with us a little bit that way. But I think that he brings to the table experience on both the college and the NFL level, and he knows what it takes to be successful in both. And he's certainly been there every step of the way through learning this offense to really be there and explain to us what every position group is doing, but not only what, but why. And I think that helps a lot. And yeah, he recruited me a little bit out of high school, but ever since he reached out to me when I was in the transfer portal, he's got that New England tie. I'm from Connecticut, he's from Rhode Island. He grew up in a similar spot where my dad and his family spent a lot of time in growing up. So that was kind of cool having that connection, and just a little coincidence that kind of stuck with me and meant a lot to me, like just family-wise. So he's a great dude, and I can't wait to start playing for him.
There's not a lot of New England in, that is up here a lot of the time. How do you see, that maybe going, kind of helping open up a pipeline?
You say that, but then I think we're the only team in America with both of our coordinators from Rhode Island, so kind of cool. But I think I'm the only guy on the team north of Maryland. But we don't get a lot of recruits coming out of New England, but the ones that do, they turn out to be pretty good players, I think. So I'm just trying to follow in the guys' footsteps that did come from the Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Islands, and was able to take that next step to the league. And first, I'm just trying to win some games here for Kentucky.
What are your thoughts on the big blue wall and then also the weapons that you have around you?
Yeah, well, my mom especially, her first question was, how's Kentucky's offensive line? She doesn't want me getting killed, but I actually didn't know about the big blue wall or just the tradition of it until I started doing some research, and obviously what Coach Schlarman brought to the team and his legacy was incredible, and the guys here are bringing that same energy for Coach Wolf, and it's going to be a great offensive line again for us this year. We got a great solid five, not only the starting five, but a good group of others that are able to come in and play any position really and just be solid dudes for us. And you can't ask for much more as a quarterback. You want to have a solid offensive line. We got that. And then the weapons, of course, we got good running backs coming back. Chris, obviously, Jatan, Smoke, and then Wandell is going to be a huge addition for us. Watching his tape in the spring really got me fired up. And then throwing with him this summer, able to get some chemistry down with him. He's going to be an electric player. And then Josh Ali being a veteran, being in there for the guys to let everyone know kind of what it takes to be able to play at a high level here, and then at the same time doing what it takes and preparing at the highest level to play in this offense. And I think he's going to fit in really well with it. And then it's a matter of just finding that the other couple of dudes at receiver are going to be our guys, but we got a lot to choose from. And I think that it's a great opportunity this camp for guys to show up and step in and show what they got. And I'm just excited to continue with that process. And then at tight end, obviously, the loss of Keith kind of hurts. Keith's a great dude. I was able to work out with him a lot in the summer before he got hurt. But Rig and Bates are both really solid tight ends, and we're lucky we have them as well. And I think we'll be set at the tight end position. So it's an exciting offense. We got a lot of good players, and can't speak for the defense. I don't really know too much about them. Obviously, seeing them on film against our offense, they look pretty solid. But I think Coach Stoops and the staff always does a good job of getting our defense in shape. So really excited for the team this year.
What made you work with Rob, and what do you feel like you picked up from him the most?
Yeah, so Rob, I got connected with him through my offensive coordinator last year, Coach Haraka. He had ties with him going back to when he was at University of Delaware, and so he'd known him for a while. And I was just very intrigued with Rob and his just science approach to the mechanics of throwing. And from the very first workout I had with him, he was just talking to me and seeing things in mechanics and mentioning little details that I'd never seen any other quarterbacks or person think of. And to actually hear it and then incorporate it into the next rep and feel that difference, it was like, wow, not a lot of people have the know how to do that. So I bought into it right then and there. He does a lot for all different kinds of sports. It's all very technical and it's all very scientific, and I think it's really helpful for any kind of rotary movement athlete to look into. And it's definitely helped me with an efficiency and just power standpoint, and I'll be continuing working with him in the future.
What's going to be the distinguishing factor for the guy that wins this job?
I think obviously it comes down to execution and being able to play the position, but I think that you need to be a leader and you need to be a guy that guys can turn to and really trust. You got to win the team over before you win the coaches over, and that's what really helps that decision get made. And a lot of the time the decision kind of makes itself. It becomes kind of obvious. And at the end of the day, you can't fake leadership. You got to just be yourself and be genuine and prepare the right way and just be that role model for other people, and hopefully it works out.
Will, you come from a program that the fans obviously care about football.
Yeah.
You know, how surprised are you about how passionate the fans of Big Blue Nation are?
Yeah, I was told that BBN has some crazy fans, but I wasn't really prepared for what to expect when I came here. But whether it's on social media, people reaching out, or just even like walking around town and being noticed, it is definitely a special place. And Penn State's fans were really, really special as well. But Big Blue Nation's definitely got some competition with them.
Well, how does your game fit into this offense? And in your opinion, why is that perfect for you to be the starter?
Yeah, I think that just my physical attributes and just being able to throw the ball effectively with velocity, with accuracy, and my decision-making skills. I think with a couple of years under my belt in college, my experience is going to help me that way, just understanding how concepts work and how defenses react and concepts work against different coverage, etc. But I think that also my athletic ability with my legs. Obviously, I'm not going to be asked to run as much as I was at Penn State, which I didn't mind, but I've always been looking forward to using my arm and showcasing my arm talent a little more. So I'm excited about that because I really do think that's a strong suit of my game. But at the same time, I still do have that athleticism, and I can scramble and make those plays with my legs when possible.
All right, guys.